Hi everyone. I'm Adrienne Everheart. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be going over texting secrets that men cannot resist. This is really going to help get a man to chase you, be inspired to pursue you, make him feel really crazy about you, and boost that attraction and get the commitment that you want, while you're also being flirty, warm, and feminine. These are all key. Now, before I start, I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for joining my live stream. I love to hear from you all. We're going to have a Q&A section at the end. It's going to be all about texting, so save your questions for the very end. If you have a texting question, you want to grab your phone now, go ahead and find out what it is. Now, the other thing is if you like my videos, if I'm helping you, I'm teaching you how to speak to men in a way that embraces your feminine energy and really helps you build a strong and lasting bond and connection with a man. I'm also teaching you how to practice with men and how to practice your feminine energy. So if you like my video, give it a thumbs up or share it. Please do subscribe to me if you haven't already, but I really depend on your thumbs up to get my video noticed and also help other women find it. Plus, it lets me know you like it. That's the most important part. All right, so we're going to start off talking about texting secrets that men cannot resist. Oh, hi, everybody. It's so good to see you. I see all your messages. Thank you. We're going to get started with, of course, I talk about feminine energy, how to use your feminine energy, and I'm going to go over some archetypes of texts that men send you. So these are very particular types of texts that men send, and I'm going to teach you how to respond to them in a way that embraces your feminine energy. It's very warm, and men are not going to be able to resist this. So the first thing I want to talk about is your defenses. Most of us have our defenses pretty high. Now, it is my goal that no man ever play you again, dupe you or dump you or mess with your head. And I teach you methods of texting and communicating with him so that this doesn't happen to you anymore. It's very important that you also come from a place of warmth, though. Because we're in a place where a man has hurt us, where men have said, they want to date us and be with us and then later drop us and we don't hear anything from them. So the first thing I want you to keep in mind is that men are really doing the best they can. They are doing the best they can. And I invite you to really embrace warmth with men when it comes to texting, because a lot of these texts I'm going to go over, they're going to trigger you and we're going to want to get mad, or our first reaction is going to be disappointment or anger or sadness or frustration. And I teach you to kind of ride through that first emotion, notice it, but we're going to go somewhere else and we're going to try something different. Now, remember, these techniques it's always the same. You can keep doing things the way you've been doing them. You can drop it. Don't date guys anymore. Just get out of the dating scene or give up on the relationship or leave your husband or leave your boyfriend, or you can do something different. And I'm teaching you that something different. All right. So we're going to start with these archetypes. And the first archetype for texting is a net caster. And these are men who cast their net wide. They cast their net wide and they try to scoop up as many women as they can. They will do things like this. They will add you on Facebook and send you a wave. They will send out a very lazy text that just says, hi, how are you? Or they'll send something like, what are you doing? Just totally lazy. What they're doing is casting their net wide. Now, there are some men out there that are not casting their net wide and they're sending you this sort of message. Don't worry, I help you with that too. But in general, men may send a message to a lot of women to just see who bites. Who does he catch in his net? All right. The other thing is that he wants to kind of figure out, well, I'm bored tonight. Who do I want to talk to? So he'll send a message to his favorite girl. He'll send a message to some other people and just see who bites. So often what happens is you might get caught up in that net And then he finds something better to do and he drops you. So again, I don't want you to ever get played again. So I'm going to give you some text to help you handle these. So if a man adds you on Facebook or a dating app and he just sends you like this hi or like, I want you to wave back because you're being warm. Feminine energy is warmth. It's coming from a place of like, okay, somebody waved at me. I can accept their arrow and I'm just going to wave back. I don't have to start a conversation with them or anything like that, but I do have a pulse. I am over here and I'm willing to be warm and say hi back. Now, if a man sends out a lazy, hi, how are you? This is where I'm teaching you how to make answers about you, totally about you. Now, this might seem obvious, but the key here is to get inside your body. Now, whenever you share with a man what's going on inside your body, he will begin to listen. He will hear it and he'll connect to it. Now, there are some cases where men don't connect to what's going on in your body and you are going deeper and they get uncomfortable and they get out of there. And that's a man you're going to have to pass on. But if you can learn how to find what you're feeling in your body instead of, hi, how are you? I'm great. What are you doing? That is up here in your head. That is a pre-programmed comment up here in your head. So you want to go inside your body, respond with something playful and something that you're really experiencing or doing. For example, oh, I feel so excited. It's Friday night and I've got the whole weekend ahead of me. Or I'm feeling really lazy, just enjoying my Sunday afternoon. You're answering from a place of inside of you. Now, the next one is, what are you doing? A lot of women tell me that a man they're interested in will send that message. And I want you to learn how to respond with playfulness. Now, again, this is going to kind of get us like, why is he sending me this stupid message? He's not putting any effort into the relationship, and we'll find all these things wrong. But remember, guys are doing the best they can, and this is it. You have to kind of roll with it, and that's part of having a relationship with a man, is riding the roller coaster, just being able to hold on to your raft, ride the wave with him, and see where he takes things, because guys are guys, all right? They're for a reason. I have this popular YouTube channel for a reason. If it was easy, none of us would be here, but we're making it easier. So if he says, what are you doing? I want you to try and be playful, and you could say something like, oh, well, wouldn't you like to know? Or you can say, oh, I like that curiosity, feels sweet. So you see how both of those comments are about you and what you're feeling in your body. All righty, good. Let's move on to the next one. Now, the netcaster often becomes the apology. The apology. This is a text women get where the guy says, hey, sorry, I've been out of town. I've been really busy, or my nephew broke his leg, or my dad had a heart attack, or work got really busy. Have you been there? He has a million excuses about why he hasn't been in touch with you, and he just suddenly pops up. And you know darn well that he could have messaged you, to let you know, hi, this is what's going on. So again, we are already coming from this angry, kind of disappointed place, and it translates into our text with a man. Even if you go, hey, good to hear from you, it's something he can sense. Men are very sensitive to this. So when you have a man who comes along with the apology, this is where I teach you a tool called Really, Really Get Him. So really, really get him isn't about placating his mood or how he's treating you. Remember, that's about boundaries. You don't have to keep talking to a man who is here and then gone again. You see, that's a boundary. But if you do like that man and you want to connect with him, you want to give it a go and see where it can unfold. Hey, I'm sorry I've been out of touch. Really, really get him. Oh, wow, you must have been really busy. Something like that. Or it's been so long. It's been so long. It's been so long since we talked. Say, oh yeah, it feels really good to connect. So you're just using these warm statements. You're not giving him more. The last thing I want you to do is say, oh, I understand. I totally understand why that is. I get it. No, you don't. You don't get it. Don't lie to this man. Be honest. but be warm, you see. Now, if you wanted to be really honest, you would be like, well, couldn't you have messaged me while you're in the ER? Or didn't they have a phone there? I know you have your phone on you all the time. We could go there. I don't want you to go there. I want you to be warm if you like that man. Now, the apology is often followed by another archetype called the slow responder. Now, these would really drive me nuts back in the day when I was single, because a guy would send me a message and it would say, hey, what are you doing tonight? And I'd be like, oh, yay, he messaged me. Oh, just at home, feeling really good. Had a bubble bath and excited, no major plans tonight. And then nothing until Sunday night. I would hear back from this man, and it was so frustrating. So when you have a slow responder, he often turns into the apology where he says, hey, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you the other day. It can sometimes turn into that guy, but the slow responder is a man that you want to put no effort into, no energy into, no investment into him if he's a slow responder, because he may be casting his net wide, or he may just be, not really committed to dating and really finding a relationship with someone. So the slow responder, I want you to go a couple rounds with him, but at some point, you have to pass on this type of man. And you have to say, it feels so good when we chat and connect, yet I'm looking to regularly date someone. And, we sometimes go weeks without talking, and it feels a little strange to pick right back up. But you're being warm at first. You're saying, oh, it just feels really good to connect when we do get together. This feels really nice, and it always feels fun, and I always laugh, whatever it is you want to say. Don't make it too long, but let him know, here's my boundary, and I'm really looking for a regular dating relationship. And then leave it at that. Leave it at that. If he wants to come back around, that's up to him. He's going to have to put in the effort. Now, the next one is the guilt tripper. The guilt tripper will say something like this: why don't you ever text me first? Or why don't you text me more? He'll message you something like this. I don't know if, ladies, this has happened to you, but he'll message you something that's kind of guilting you into performing for him, responding to him, giving him some sort of entertainment via text. So when you get a guy who is guilting you over text for not responding, here's what I like to do with my clients. If you're in a regular dating relationship with him and he's taking you out and you guys are having a good time and he's showing up in your life, about every 3 days, I want you to go ahead and send him a text, but send him something that's happening inside your body with warmth. Don't send him a text like, hey, I'm bored, what's up? Or, hey, I really miss you. Nothing like that. Make it about you. Remember, the man connects to what is going on inside of your body, not how much you're flattering him or commenting on how great he is. That'll build a different type of relationship. So I want you to use your feminine energy body and find what you feel if the guilt tripper comes along. Now, if he says to me something like, oh, I don't hear from you anymore, and he tries to turn the tables on you with that, what would you say? What would you be feeling at that moment? You might have that first feeling of anger and disappointment, and why is he doing this to me? And that's where I want you to turn it to warmth and say, wow, well, it feels really good to connect now. You see? And what's going on? And feels good to be here now. Feels good to be speaking to you now. Stay in that moment. If he's trying to turn some tables on you, I don't really know what a guilt tripper's agenda is. Some guys just like to argue instead of just walking away from the relationship. But regardless, you can use this type of man for practice. Now, remember, men are doing the best they can here. I think it's so easy. We get hurt. We get frustrated. Texting has really changed the way dating works with men. So I'm going to go one step further and just tell you that texting isn't your primary way to communicate with a man. I cannot tell you how often I get emails from women who say, well, he's been texting me, And he's been texting me. And I said, well, when's the last time you talked on the phone? When's the last time the two of you went out on a date? Oh, we just are texting. Don't do it. Don't do it. So when you are dating a man, he's probably going to send you like a good morning text or a good night text or something like that. And those are okay, but you don't want to go more than a day or so without talking on the phone. And this is in my book, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It's an ebook. It comes with a 2-day class as well, where you learn how to find what you're feeling in your body, speak it to him, no expectations, no demands, but you're able to be with him in that present moment and build something with warmth. Now, the key to this is don't let texting go on too long because the guy will do it. He'll just keep texting you. And you want to be able to say, texting tonight with you has felt really fun, but a phone call would feel really nice. What do you think? If he can't put in the effort to dial your phone number, click a button to dial your phone number and spend a little time on the phone with you, then he's not going to put in the energy it takes to have a relationship with you. So for those of you in long distance relationships, for those of you with guys that are just texting, check out 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. There's a lot more examples in there and how to find your authentic feeling. At first, it'll feel kind of robotic when you're using scripts, but the more you do it, the more you practice, you'll start to find your inner feminine voice. Okay, so I want you to all get ready and get ready to ask me some questions about texting experiences that you are going through right now or you have been through. Okay, so I'm just going to say hi to a few of you that are online, a couple of my loyal friends here, Tracy and Eunice, hi. Oh, and Alt Queen is here, hi. So good to see you all. Greece, hello. That's wonderful that you're here. And let's see, who else? Norway and Dubai. Wow, it's amazing. And Connecticut. All right. Hope you're staying warm today, Connecticut. And thank you, Vivian. I'm glad to be helping you. And let's see, Nadia says it takes 30 seconds to write a message. Know how busy you are. You can still write to say hi. And that is true. This is very true. However, this is how the man is presenting himself to you. And what I want you to learn how to do is speak to him in a way so that he can't wait to text you. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a little while to turn the ship around, but it does happen with enough warmth and really using these tools, your feminine energy tools, sharing what's going on inside your body. Someone said, can you tell us how to get him to pay for you or for shopping? I can't. Except ask him, hey, can you pick up this one? That's one way to do it. Just come right out. Hi from Boston and India. All right. North Carolina girl. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's get on to some texting questions. Cheese says, how do I ask for daily communication after 2 months of dating? I let him text me, then I call to reply. I don't text him or call first. Well, calling him to me feels a little bit like masculine energy, and I know it's really frustrating. If he's not coming towards you, he's not, but you can inspire him to come towards you. So your question is you want daily communication. You're dating. I hope you're not dating him exclusively, because part of the terms and conditions to dating a man exclusively is you're letting him know, if I'm going to be exclusive to you, we're going to see how this goes. It feels really good to get a text every day, and it feels good to kind of touch base every day. You're letting him know that, you see. So I would either revisit the terms and conditions of the relationship, but if you're just dating him and you're dating other men, this is why you're dating him, is to find out what he can do and what he cannot do. However, when he does text you, I would just say, hi, feels so good to hear from you, and connect him to your body. Make sure you're speaking to him with what's really coming from inside your body when he asks, how's your day? Or what are you up to? Or things like this, and connect with him and build that bond. Okay. And then you can also at some point say, well, if I'm going to be dating a guy, it really regularly dating a man, it really feels good to touch base every day. What do you think? But I would stop calling him when he texts you. I would not do that anymore. And that might work just alone. Kim said, I've not heard from my so-called man in 2 days. What should I do? Well, it's file a missing persons report. If you're in a committed relationship with him and he's gone AWOL for 2 days, then you need to contact him and say, hey, I haven't heard from you and I feel really scared right now. Is there something I should know? And again, these are the type of scripts that you will find in 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. Is there something I should know? And you are going to have this uncomfortable thing with him where you address the terms and conditions of this relationship. Are we just dating? Or are we in a committed relationship? That is okay to ask. And it's okay to have terms and conditions laid out. All right. Let's see. Inspire said, I'm talking with my ex regularly, but he is always reaching out with sexting. How can I reverse it? You need to tell him. Say, oh, wow, I'm really flattered to get this message, but I'm not interested in talking about it. It doesn't feel good to talk about this stuff. It feels kind of, I feel like I'm just your sexting buddy. I'm curious how you feel. Okay, put it back to him. This is how I feel. I feel like I'm just your sexting buddy. I'm curious how you're feeling about this, but don't do it. Don't answer those texts. Have a boundary. A boundary is like, no, I'm not going to do this. It's felt so good to chat with you tonight, but no, I'm not going to sext. Have that boundary. I know it feels good sometimes. It feels good to get all this attention from a man and, have him sending you all these things. And it's exciting. It's just, do you want to build that sort of relationship with him? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Let's see here. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for the compliments very much. Kareem said, I'm gay. Does this advice still apply? It absolutely does, because one partner is always in the masculine energy and one is in the feminine. Now, we have both energies. We have boy energy, feminine energy, girl energy. We all have those energies inside of us. But in a relationship with your partner, for women and men, a man is led by his DNA. I always go back to the sperm. It's movement, it's action, it's pursuing, while the female egg just sits and waits. We receive. So this in a relationship will work for you if you let a man be a man, let him lead, women receive. Now, don't get me wrong. We can do a lot of things better than a guy can. We can think faster. We can get there in a shorter amount of time. We can figure things out sometimes much more quickly than the guy can. However, if you are running the show in the relationship, you're in your boy energy, you're calling all the shots, you're taking all the action, you're taking all the lead, that is going to repel the man, because the man will not feel like a man anymore. So you get to lean back and relax and let this guy lead. And so often I am surprised. I am so surprised. I will want to do things a certain way. I see my husband going to do it one way, and I want to get in there and tell him how to do it. And then I go, no, I'm going to let him do it. And that man surprises me every time. He'll show me a shortcut I don't even know about. He'll cook something I didn't even know he could cook, or he'll clean things in a very good way. And here I was going to tell him how to do it. So we think we know best, and sometimes we do, but you got to let the guy lead. All right. I don't know how I got off on that, but I have answered your question. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Just getting caught up here. Okay, I think a couple skip, but I've got really good banter with my guy I'm getting to know. We play and tease each other all the time, but he's a bit cheeky and texts are off. He offbeat, he says some rude things. Um, so rudeness with a guy is definitely, I think guys are watching us and they're testing the limits. For example, if a man starts joking about sex, and he's walking around the edge of sex, you see, or he makes some comment about it. If you go there, if you keep going there, he's going to keep going there too, you see. But I want you to be in your playful, soft, feminine energy spirit. So a guy says something, haha, laugh at it. I can take a joke. I can roll with it. You're not going to offend me, or, maybe you will eventually. But if he doesn't at first, just kind of roll with it and just say, oh, it's very funny. And then just get bored, get interested in something else. And then if he brings it up again, wow, I noticed that keeps coming up. Is there something I need to know? Go right for it. Go right for it. Let him know you are sharp as a tack. You're not going to sit here and be his entertainment while he dances around the topic of sex, okay? Let's see. Let's see here. Someone says, oh, Star said, sometimes guys reply after 24 hours in spite of the reading text and how to decode this. So this is a slow responder. This is just a slow responder. He's got some agenda. He's playing some stupid game, and just let him do it. You be aware of it. But if you're not going out on dates regularly with this man, you're just a chat buddy. You're a text buddy. And again, I don't want you to get played. I don't want any of you to have any sort of feeling that you've over invested in this man and then you're left with nothing. All right. I have clients who have been in texting relationships with men for, like a year, 6, 8 months, a year. And they're crazy about the guy, and he texts them at night and comes over and they have this great sex life. And then once in a while during the day, he'll send her a little bone, send her a little bit of some crumbs here, you see, and she'll just live on it. And then the guy one day will say, hey, I'm in a relationship now. I can't see you anymore. Yeah, and your knees hit the floor. So I don't want that to happen to any of you. If you find yourself in a texting relationship, have boundaries. This is where your quality as a woman comes first. Your quality and value in yourself comes first, not what the man is doing, not his agenda. The thing that makes men wildly attracted in us and want to chase us is curiosity. We're not telling them everything. We're not showing them everything. We're not always available every time they call. And also our quality. Your quality begins with you. What you allow to have happening in your life, what you accept from a man. That's your quality. All right, let's see here. Someone said that they stopped by a guy's house to return his stuff, and you dressed up and left your car on, and I left quickly, and he asked me where I was going, and he got a little jealous. How do I capitalize on this moment? Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay dating other men. Don't do it to the point of manipulation. I kind of tried that once when my guy and I were getting back together. He would invite me over to his house. He'd have a nice dinner. But I had it in my mind that I was abruptly going to end the evening and go, okay, I got to go home now. It was BS. Okay. It was BS. And you know what he started doing? He'd come over to my house, and the minute the movie would end, he'd write, all right, got to go home. You see? So I don't know if he was doing that on purpose or whatever, but don't make it a game. Make it authentic. Make it authentic, and always dress up when you leave the house. Always have somewhere to go. Keep your life rich, full, and juicy. New Man Manifesto. It's kind of an expensive program, but it's the most stuff you'll ever get from me. And in that program, I teach you about dating the non-applicable man. and how the non-applicable man, he's not really your type. He's not totally gross either, but you date him and you practice with him. Now, after 3 dates, if you're not into him, pass. You've been great company. I don't feel we're a match. However, dating that non-applicable man, learning how to use these tools with law of attraction techniques is really what revs up your vibe. So Izzy, just as you stopped at his house, you were dressed up, you were looking gorgeous, your car was running, I got somewhere to go. It was in your vibe, right? He felt it. And he was like, where are you going? Yeah. So you want to have that all the time. Even with my husband, he doesn't really, unless he sits down and does a schedule with me, I'm doing whatever I want to do. Sometimes he'll say, hey, I was thinking we could, do such and such. And I'm like, oh, I have, my women's group that night, or, oh, I have a meetup I'm going to, or, oh, I'm going to spin class that night. I'm busy. He doesn't know. Okay. Keeps them chasing you. And I'm not doing it on purpose. This is really my life. Okay. Nadia is going through the ABCs. That's the absolute best chances to get him back. That's a program I have. And she says she is reconnecting with her ex really slowly and not too frequency, and they're long distance. How can I text and converse in a proper feminine way? What to say? So you got to practice on the men that are in your town, that are nearby. But with this man, I want you to text less, have some Skype dates if you can. Let him know, this has felt really good, texting and communicating. How would it feel to maybe Skype or something sometime? It might be kind of fun. You're coming at it from a playful place. Now, some of you might say, well, isn't that leaning forward? You're kind of asking the guy on a date. Not really, but just do it once. Don't do it every time you talk to him. And have no expectation. So if he says, nah, I can't Skype tonight, go, okay, well, I got to run then. I'll talk to you later. Bye. And keep your life rich, full, and juicy. The rebuilding process is a slow process. It takes months in most cases. But you're doing it. Keep doing it. Keep in touch with me, Nadia. Vivian says, I was texting a guy and moved to call. Oh, good. You got the phone call. It went well. By the way, you don't have to have that phone call last an hour. Just have a quick phone call, like just 20 minutes, and then just be like, oh, I got to head to a movie right now, or, oh, one of my girlfriends is coming over in a minute, but I got to run. This has felt so good connecting. It's felt so fun to laugh. Okay. Made that point. Let's see. He asked me out for a drink, but didn't nail it down. You must not have 500 ways to talk to a man because in my ebook, I teach you how to avoid this. All right. I teach you how to avoid it. It's a process because when a guy asks you out, you got to say, oh, I'm so excited. What day and time were you thinking? I don't know. Maybe Friday. I'll call you. And I have a script for that too. So get my book, treat yourself, and learn this stuff. Someone said, oh, everything just jumped up. I'm going to take one more question and then I go. One more after this one. My long distance ex 40th birthday was 2 days ago. I still love him very much, but did not reach out as I wanted to stay leaning back. Was this the right thing to do? Unless he's in regular contact with you, yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's got to miss you on his birthday. And he will notice that you didn't call. And just see what happens. And when you guys do connect again, say, I thought about you on your birthday. I sent you some birthday wishes from afar. Okay, that feel good? All right. So I'm going to take one more question. All right. Someone says, I know I'm a sexting buddy. So I put him on no contact. Now, how do those two things add up? I'm a sexting buddy, so now I'm going to go no contact. I think that's called ending that relationship. You just end it and say, all this sexting has felt super duper fun, but I'm really looking for the real thing. And I'm looking for a regular dating relationship. I want to be a wife one day. So I'm going to be, and I don't feel like we're on the same page. So I'm going to be moving on. Bye. And what this does is this cleans up your cosmic karmic energy. You are no longer, look, I have clients who refuse to stop sleeping with married men. They say, oh, I'm practicing, Adrienne. I'm practicing on married men. I say, you're muddling up your energy. You're telling the universe, this is what I want. So as long as you're behaving like a text buddy and you're taking your value down there, that's what you're going to get. Right? I'm not shaming you, but I want you to rev up your value. You're a high quality, powerful, dynamite woman. That starts with you and what you do, how you treat your body, how your relationships are with people. It's all a reflection. Okay. Betty said, I'm 60 and I have a guy, no sex, my choice. He buys groceries. He puts money in our bank account. Nice. I've known him for 11 years. We don't live together. I'm happy when he shows up. The last time he was here, he said, if you only knew how many women I have deleted. Any suggestions? And she says he's texting more. So he kind of dangled that in front of you. I would play with it. I would have fun with it. He's clearly saying, my ego needs something right now. And oh, you've deleted a lot of women for me. Really? Oh, I like that. Keep deleting, baby. What's for dinner? And you just have fun with it, play with it, keep going. You see, just be playful. Feminine energy is very, very playful. Okay, last question, because I really like this person, Eunice. Hi, Eunice. She says, do you have something for having the man send you gifts on Valentine's Day? What do you mean? Like letting him know you would entertain a Valentine's Day gift? Because you know what I really love for all of you to do on Valentine's Day? If you don't have a guy in your life, love everyone and everything around you. That's where your elderly neighbors down the street, you want to show up with a pie for them, or your great aunt who lives alone, whatever, you want to send her flowers that day. You want to be sending out love. All your girlfriends, get them a little box of Godivas, whatever it is. If you can't afford to buy things for people or bake cookies, tap your heart and send them all love. Say prayers for them that day. Love your pets. Volunteer somewhere that day or sometime that week and put that love out there. If you put that love out there, you will get it back. I can promise you. At first, it feels like, it's kind of like saving money. You're saving $25 a week, but then at the end of the year, you've got a lot of money in your bank account. So it really does change your energy and your vibe. All right, everybody. I hope these texting secrets will help you get that man. He won't be able to resist you. He's going to feel that high quality feminine vibe from you. Please, everybody, stop what you're doing. Give me some thumbs up. Let me know that you like this video and that I've helped you and I've given you some food for thought. All right. All right, one more question. This is a good one. What do you do if you feel guilt for not texting the man at all? But I'm learning to be in my feminine, and when I text first, I also feel guilty. Yeah, women, we have a hard time with this. We feel like if we put ourselves first and we're not giving and doing for someone else, that we're doing something wrong sometimes. Women are not often as interested in making money and being really financially successful as if it's something bad we're doing. So why we're that way, I could tell you a lot of stuff dating back to European literature, religion, DNA. I can give you all sorts of reasons why we do this, but here's the thing. You're aware of it now. You're aware that you feel guilty and that you feel like you should be doing something for him. So that's where I want you to take that and just turn it around. I love the riffing tool. It's a great little tool. Oh, I notice I'm feeling really guilty for not messaging him. I love the part of me that's feeling guilty right now. What a sweet part of me. I love that part of me. Take a breath and then see what the next emotion is. Sometimes you just have to honor the emotion you're having in that moment and just love yourself. Make it about you, all right? There will be plenty of time to send that man text. He's texting you first, trust me. Be plenty of time, plenty of opportunity to be warm and let him know how much he means to you. All right, everybody. Much love. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe. You can go to my website. I have lots of ebooks and courses and things to keep you educated and on top of this stuff. It takes a lot of education and learning. For a while, I was trying to duct tape it together with a bunch of different coaches. And you can learn a lot of stuff, online and on YouTube. But when you get yourself a program, you really devote to learning. So when's the last time you said, I'm going to spend all weekend and I'm going to do this program, or I'm going to do this program for a month, or even a whole day you run through stuff and then revisit it again and just see how you've changed and transformed in that learning process and as you practice. It takes a lot of repetition. I speak from experience. I think I'm pretty smart, and it took me so long to learn this stuff and make it natural. All right, everybody. Much love to you. Thanks for tuning in. Mwah. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.